Hello, welcome to the 4th episode of the Dog Pound Rundown. We are here to recap the previous week at Old Rochester Regional.
This week, we have highlights from the alumni basketball game, a new cooking segment, and interviews with the Dream Far Club.
Also, we speak on upcoming spring sports and the traditional Mr. ORR contest.
First, we will show some highlights from the student versus alumni game, where the alumni really held their own against this year's Bulldogs.
For the alumni, number 19, Bernadette Clark Brayman. Number 11, Maria Forte Silva. Number 18, Tiffany Lewis. Number 8, Sheila Ferrer-Verno. Number 7, Amy Hartley Madsen. Number 12, Becky Okalita. Number 4, Nicole Olivier. And number 5, Dina Acevedo. And coached by Coach Church tonight. For the Lady Bulldogs, we have number 28, Emily Miller. Number 29, Meg Hughes.
What number is Emma?
Number 30, Emma Collins. Number 44, Julian Higgins. Playing with the blank back tonight is Olivia LeBay. Number 32, Maddie Janet. 25, Mary Butler. Lady Bulldogs students, 38. Lady Bulldog alumni.
Welcome to the 2017 Hoops Classic, presented by the Old Rochester Regional Athletic Hall of Fame. We've got tonight the Old Dogs versus the current Bulldogs. For the current 2017 Bulldogs, we've got Bennett Fox, Matt Valls, Cam Hamilton, Russ Newman, Jacob Caffarella, Jason Gamache, and Tyler Morrell. On the Alumni men's team, we have quite a lineup tonight. Jason Antonio, class of 95. Ryan B, class of 2015. Coach Steve Corrello, class of 81. Derek Gregoire, class of 97. John Gillard, class of 69. Nils Johnson, class of 94. Mike LePage, class of 2000. Clifton Lopes, class of 2000. Mark Belusi, class of 93. And Mike Bushnick, class of 2014. Tonight's game will be officiated by the one and only Bill Tilden. At halftime, we have the Alumni. All tied up, 50 apiece. Alumni Bulldogs.
Every year, the grades round up their greatest representatives, and they compete for the title of Mr. ORR.
This year's contestants are Jacob Caffarella,
Dylan McCoog,
Andrew Biscoe,
Eli Spivak,
Jacob Spivak,
Will Hopkins,
Michael Savanikis,
Jonathan Cavilhog,
and last but not least, Chris Horton. And now, I am very excited to present to you the first episode of our new cooking segment, Connor's Cooking Corner, with my co-anchor, Jacob, as my first guest. Hello, my name is Connor Farney and welcome to the first episode of Connor's Cooking Corner. Today, I have my guest, Jacob. And today, we're making home-style burgers.
So we're gonna start with putting olive oil.
We're just here to give you the basic guideline on what to do.
While you do that,
Now you just want to lightly, you don't want to kill it with the olive oil, you want to lightly get it all around the pan.
and then we also have sea salt to
No,
put
no,
onto
no,
the
no.
patties.
Usually on your traditional burger, you're going to have lettuce. Well, today we went out and we got some spinach to go for a more healthier side for all you student athletes out there. Listen to that sizzle. I might need a little bit more oil.
Now I score the onion so that then you can just chop it up into little squares.
And while Jacob's doing that, I'm going to prepare our garlic. Now, there's no real way to cut up garlic. I usually just make tiny cubes and keep getting smaller. Try to get it as small as you can. Now, from working in the food industry and making a lot of my own meals at home, I can tell you one thing. Garlic goes on a lot of things, and it goes really good with burgers.
From all my years of cooking, I've never had someone disappointed with garlic.
Now, you're going to want to go ahead and throw in the garlic right in there. So it takes up all those juices. Now I think the burgers could flip. Another thing we're going to add to our burger today is some freshly chopped oregano. Just to give it some fresh garden spice.
And then while that's going, we'll get the buns ready. A little olive oil on the pan.
You can't have plain buns on a burger.
It's disappointing.
You know what, Jacob? You know what we'll do? I'll chop up some garlic to add to those buns. Cook it in with the oil. Throw that in the
I'm gonna
oil for
chop
the
more
buns.
onion.
Get that underneath there. So that soaks in. And spreads around. There we go. Let's top these off with some oregano.
Yeah, the garlic will put a lot of taste in the buns.
The icing on the cake, as I like to say.
I never say that, but I may start.
And now that we added some salt in the beginning, but now that they're cooking on the pan, it's nice to get them in while it's hot because it absorbs the flavor nicely. So I'm going to take the cap off. I'm just going to add a little bit of salt. Now, it's honestly your preference. I usually like, especially with a thicker burger like this, I like to add a good amount of salt on there. Perfect. That burger's looking nice. Should I give her a flip? Beautiful. Now, a lot of people prefer ketchup on their burgers, but today we're going with some Sweet Baby Ray's honey barbecue sauce. Now, those buns look beautiful. Look at that. Perfect, golden brown, not soaked from the oil. It's going to be nice and warm for when the burger goes on. It's going to be a nice little home.
And we're going to include spinach on the bun. Make a little bed for the burger. You can put as much as you want.
A lot of this is all preference. Everyone's food's going to come out different. It's going to have their own individuality to it, and that's what's awesome about cooking, you know? Anyone can do it. Don't those just look beautiful? And feel free to mix and match this recipe. You can add bacon, you can add different types of cheeses, different vegetables, onions, mushrooms, peppers, whatever you want, ladies and gentlemen. This is your food. This is your own creation, and we're just here to help you make it. Now, for all you out there who are looking to try a new flavor, maybe spice up your burger, go out and get some Makoto Yum Yum sauce. Japanese steakhouse favorite. Reminds me of like almost like a peppercorn taste, you know?
You can never have too much yum yum on a burger. Now I'm gonna get onion ready to put on the burger when it's done. This we won't cook. Leave it for just a nice crisp taste.
Nice garden fresh taste. See, these burgers are just about done. Should we throw the cheese on them?
Yes.
So today we're going with classic white American, but feel free to vary it up. I'm a big fan of Swiss cheese on my burgers. Now,
Here, put the top.
a quick, easy method for melting your cheese is getting a tiny bit of water. Not too much though, you don't want soggy burgers. Toss it in the pan and cover it up. And that steam right there, it's going to melt your cheese perfectly.
And let me see it. I'll put the onion on it already.
Yeah, put the onion on beforehand. All right, we are ready to shut off our burner. Take this off the heat. I'm excited.
It shows.
Look at how beautiful. Those are gorgeous homemade burgers. Some lovely onions and garlic to garnish it. All right, and the first one's going on. Now all that's left is to add our sauce. What I'd like to do is throw some garnish on the side.
And you can add it if you want it.
All that's left is add sauce of your choice. You, my friend, have the world's greatest burger. Go back on there. Want some more of that? Yeah. Voila. Homemade spinach burger. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the show. This is the very first episode. If you have any suggestions on what you want to see cooked on the show, or you want to be a guest star yourself, please message us at the addresses below or give us a call at ORCTV. Thank you, and have a great afternoon.
With a legendary winter season over, ORR welcomes spring sports. We expect much from this upcoming girls and boys lacrosse season, baseball and softball, and last but not least, spring track.
And it's that time again. Like every episode, we're going to go to Mr. Devoll for the week ahead to wrap things up.
Good afternoon, it's the Rundown. Sunday, April 2nd. I'm assuming we had an amazing school play. I have yet to see the school play. I am intending to see it today on Sunday, April 2nd with my kids. I'm looking forward to the production. We always put on a good show. So it's April 2nd. We're going to try something a little different this week at school, trying things out as we look at our schedule for next year. So the whole week, we're going to experiment with 4 minutes of passing time. Typically, we have anywhere from 4 to 6 minutes for kids to get from one class to the next. We're going to play around and try 4 minutes of passing time this week and see if anybody notices the difference. so that we can make some decisions about our schedule for next year. So Monday, April 3rd is day 2nd. We're going to do class meetings for the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. They're going to be 10-minute class meetings to talk about a fundraiser for the PTSO. Very brief meetings. They'll happen during blocks 1 and 2 on Monday, April 3rd. In the evening, there's Mr. ORR rehearsal. Anybody that's going to be in the Mr. ORR pageant will be asked to attend rehearsal. Tuesday, April 4th is a day 3. The jazz band and the and the concert band will be combining during block 1. So that's going to be all jazz band students are going to go to the band room during block 1 for rehearsal. There'll be a senior class meeting, a very important senior class meeting, second block. We'll talk about, I like to call that meeting the How to Cross the Finish Line meeting for seniors. Tuesday evening, there's the Form Instrumental Concert. It was postponed from a snow day in March. The instrumental concert, it starts at 7 p.m. In the high school gym. It's a great show with the instrumentals from all of the schools in the district. There will also be Mr. ORR rehearsal that night. Wednesday, April 5th, day 4 in the cycle, we have Honor Bowl, which means members of our National Honor Society are competing with other schools in the South Coast Conference in the Honor Bowl. We're excited for that. In the afternoon, there's School Council. School Council is a group of teachers, parents, and students, and we'll be working on the school improvement plan. And there'll be more Mr. ORR rehearsal that evening. Thursday, April 6th is day 5. There's going to be a group of teachers traveling to Falmouth High School on Thursday to look at Falmouth, and as we talked earlier about about schedules for next year, we're going to look at what Falmouth calls Clipper time and what we would call Bulldog Block as we think about a schedule for next year. Big event Thursday evening, Mr. ORR, the pageant. It's one of the most well-attended events and popular events in our school every year. Mr. ORR, 6:30 in the auditorium. You can buy tickets at the door. And Friday, April 7th is a day 6. There's not much happening on Friday, April 7th, but a special Saturday, April 8th, there is the Spring Fling Student Council dance from 7 to 10 in the high school cafeteria. Homecoming dance is a huge event in the fall, and we can never seem to get a second dance going. Nobody wants to go. Nobody wants to have one. And I just keep saying if just a few kids commit to going and saying it's going to be a great time, like homecoming, I think it could catch on and more people could go. So we're going to be selling tickets all week. Hopefully we sell enough tickets to run the Spring Fling dance on April 8th. That's the rundown. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Well, that does it for this episode. Thank you for watching. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Connor. Good night, and have a pleasant tomorrow.